Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, yeah, we're walking in purpose, walking with Angela, walking with purpose. We got talent from the Lord, and we're here to show the world the talent that we have is here to change your world. We're walking in purpose, yeah. We're walking in purpose, yeah. We're walking with Angela, walking with purpose, showing the world all that we have. 'Cause God gave it to us, and we don't want to bury it. So we are here to show the world we're walking in purpose, yeah. We're walking in purpose, yeah. Walking with Angel.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of Monday Morning Motivation, your half-hour power with the Queen. Of course, I am the Queen. I am Angela Thomas, your certified life coach, here to educate, empower, and encourage you to your purpose. I'm excited this year, y'all. We're going to have the opportunity to have some very amazing individuals stop by and share with us. So if you would, I want you guys to take this opportunity to share this in your circle of influence. Of course, y'all know we are tuned in live on Twitch, LinkedIn, Blog Talk Radio, and of course, we are live over here on Instagram. I want to thank you guys that are tuned in this morning. So please take this opportunity to share this in your circle of influence. I have an amazing co-host that's going to be stopping by today. He's going to be sharing a little bit about his brand, and he's going to be motivating you guys special way. However, he is led on this morning. I tell you, the enemy's been busy this morning because y'all know we normally go live at 9 a.m., but for some reason we got pushed back. Instead, I did not have a show scheduled for today. And I'm like, what? I don't have a show scheduled for today? I'm like, no, that can't be true. So we got pushed back, delayed, but not denied. And, you know, that's sometimes the case. But you know what? I'm going to move out the way. I'm going to move out the way really, really quick. I'm going to allow my very special co-host to come up and allow him to introduce himself on today. Let me see if he is on the line this morning. TJ, are you there?
Hey, Angela.
Yes. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. You can hear me pretty good?
I can hear you. I can hear you fine.
That's good. Man. You know I gotta love you for me to get up this early in the morning. See, you you on the east and I'm in central, so it's still early for me when I do all my stuff at night. So you know I got to love me some Angela to do this.
Well, I tell you, I am truly blessed and honored to have you here this morning. I thank you for sacrificing and coming on and sharing with us this morning. I tell you, you are truly amazing. You're doing some amazing things, and I just wanted to take this opportunity this morning because this is a motivational show. We want to encourage people, and what you're doing over on your platform is amazing, and it's giving me a sense of the Black family reuniting and rising again and being that force that we know that we can be, and I thank you for that. And I just want you to introduce to those that may not know who you are.
Okay.
Introduce to them who you are.
Okay. Well, my name is Tavares Moore, but everybody that know me call me TJ. And what we do, we got a live streaming show on YouTube called, and our channel is called The Real Bravado Network, and our show is called Have the Conversation. But you can find us on YouTube and just look up Real Bravado Network. And bravado, for a lot of people, they're like, why do you pick the word Real Bravado? Because the word bravado means bold. So basically what it is, it's real bold. That's the name of the, so that's why I came up with the word bravado, because I was looking for something to really, a different way to say bold, but so that's how I came up with bravado. But what we do over there is we talk about Black people relationships from an image perspective. We're talking about Black relationships, but we talk about how it impacts our image, not only with one another, but also in the actual larger dominant community, So we talk about it over there, and we do it in different stages. So, like, when we first got started, we focused on our ladies, their relationship issues, the things that contributed to keeping us apart. Right now, we're focused on our men and our issues and the issues that our women have with the men, and trying to hold the men accountable to what the women are saying. And we're not saying that one side is right or wrong or the other. We're just examining the issue and saying, do the other party have a point? So what's been really shocking is the response about our men, from our men. It has been overwhelmingly, like, the most engagement we've ever had is people talking about engaging about our Black men. And I guess it's the way I'm asking stuff, because people are getting real mad at me, which is really, really good. Because that means I'm hitting a nerve, in the way. And also some of the guys on the panel when we're on the show, they get a little frustrated. They don't show it on the show, but afterwards they be like, man, why are you putting this out there like that? I said, man, I'm just asking the question. Now, the question might seem a little harsh, but there's some realities to that, So that's what we're doing over there. And we got a special coming up where we're going to be having what I'm calling it Conversations with Our Daughters, which is basically I'm going to do two groups of women between the ages of 20 and 25, and then the group between 25 to 40, somewhere around up in there. And the goal with those two conversations is I'm really focused on the age group of between 20 and 25, because I want other Black folks who are older to listen to how our younger women look at Black men, how they view Black men, and how they value relationships, or what they think about the possibility of long-term relationships. And then that next group, I want them to listen to them, because that next group is in the middle of trying to figure that out. And I want them to see if there are any mistakes that they're seeing the younger group of women making that they've already made, and then if they're still making those same mistakes, are they willing to be open to another way before it's too late? So we over here doing some heavy lifting, and sometimes it's emotionally draining to try to do all that heavy lifting. But because, we're dealing with hundreds of years of programming. We're dealing with 70 years of separation and attitudes and development and behaviors that have been passed down. It's the hardest thing to do for any human being, Angela, is to convince them that what they're doing is wrong when they know what they're doing is right. You know, that's the hardest thing to do, is to convince somebody that they know what they're doing is right, that they're actually not doing right. You know, and they're convinced based on 2 generations worth of bad programming and bad teaching. Ain't nothing worse than bad teaching. Once bad teaching takes a hold, my God, to try to undo that is unreal. Like, I'll give you a case in point when I'm talking to our ladies, Angela, about what I actually had to have this conversation last night with a lady about, you know, what a man finds valuable in a woman, and trying to convince this lady that although, like, her education, her income, her job, all of these external things, while those are nice, that's not what a man looks at when he's assessing a woman. And it's really hard for our women nowadays to understand that for a guy, none of that, for a guy that's stable and rooted. And I was at a Dave Chappelle concert last night with Chris Rock, and Chris Rock said the exact same thing to the ladies in the audience. If a guy is hyper-focused on you, on your money and your career, you got to look out for that guy because he's looking to spend it. He goes, but true thoroughbred guys could care less. We care about how good you look, how good you smell, and how you make us feel. And I was like, yeah, I've been trying to say that for the last couple of years. But it's hard to convince our ladies of anything other than that, because they've been told that a job, a bag, and an education is the most important thing. But I tell the ladies, that's what's important for how you select a man. We don't select a woman how you select a man. And so, you know, but it's been fun. And then, you know, so undoing the thought process when the ladies have been taught that for 30 years, that the way that she selects a man is the same way a man selects a woman, and it's not. It's nowhere near it. So, but it's been fun, and everybody that's come onto the platform, it's been fun. It's been, I call it, we do pressure-tested conversations, but it's been respectful and fun. And we're trying to move us, you know, forward and together, and we're trying to encourage, and we're trying to give our, especially our women, the best outcomes possible. You know, and that is, you know, and I think for everybody, I think if women get their best outcomes, so will men. And so that's what I'm trying to do. Whew, that was a mouthful, wasn't it?
Wow. You got your hands full. I can tell you that, because you're tackling some things. You said one thing, and we are on this journey where, you know, we've been taught a lot of wrong things and a lot of wrong processes. And, you know, a lot of people are not willing to unlearn those things. But the ones that are willing to unlearn, you know, we having to learn all over the process. So I'm thankful for people like you, because people that take the time to break it down so that you can see. Because, you know, other people are having these conversations about us. So now, if we having them about ourselves, we're included in the conversation. So guess what? Now that you know that this is happening and that this is something that we need to do better with, then when you know better, you do better.
Yep.
And
now, from a sociological standpoint, from a anthropology standpoint, Angela, I'm going to ask you this question. I know, what is the percentage of the population that needs to realign in order for there to be change in the whole community? I bet you're going to be shocked when you find out how. What is the percentage of the population that needs to, I don't like to use the word change because, you know, we don't change. I always say realign. What is the percentage of numbers of people that we need to realign in order to change the entire community? What do you think?
And that's just the black community?
Yeah,
just the community
black community. Yeah. The black community.
So I would say probably about 85%.
No. From when you study sociology and anthropology, all you need is 10% of the population to realign.
Oh, that's it.
10%.
That's it.
10% realign. 10% will realign the entire culture. That is insane. That we need actually such a small number. So when you look at it from that standpoint, talking about motivation, that should give you fire to understand. Wait a minute. So all I need is 10% of black women to choose 10% of the best black men, and we can change the entire culture? Yeah. Insane to think about that. Wait a minute. Then when you look at it like that, then you understand that it's possible. How many people did God need when He decided to destroy the world by flooding? He didn't. He was able to save the world by saving one family. So, come on now. But yeah, from when you talk about research and study, and these are folk that we talk about. I call them the dominant culture. They study us. They study everything. Well, do some. One thing you got to understand about the dominant culture in this country. They some curious little suckers. They curious about everything, and because their curiosity is so strong, they do a tremendous amount of research about everything. But they hyper focus on us though. They're very focused on us. But yeah, from a sociological standpoint, all we need is a 10% alignment, meaning 10% of our women, 10% of our women, and it don't even matter what classification of black woman you need. All you need is 10% of black women to get with 10% of the best of us. So I always throw out the numbers that 54% of black men are single, are childless, and earn enough money to be in the middle class. So there's more than enough black men that earn enough money, that's put themselves in a position to take care of a family. All you got to do, black women, is find 10% of those men that you can get along with. I was telling my sister last night about what do she need in a guy. I said, you stop looking for the guy that makes you weak in the knees and quiver. Find the guy that likes you. This is how men operate. We look at the group of women that's around us, and we try to pick from the best of what's around us. Our women look at men and go, I'm trying to find the best man in the world. But that leaves you with discarding something that's valuable around you. Pick the best of what's around you. And you'll be surprised over the course of time when you're 70 years old, 75 years old, how little you're going to care about him being 6 foot tall, or how much you're going to care about, how exciting he is. You're going to care less about that when you can barely get up out of the bed, or you need somebody to help rub your, wash your back because you have a hard time getting out of the tub. You know what I mean? Or keep your medications, straight, or going to those doctor's appointments with you. 10%. That's a doable number. So all I'm trying to do is convince 10% of our women understand you got the average 2-family household income. When the Census Bureau talks about the average amount of money that that mean when they say two family, that means husband and wife, and they mean white folk. The average white family in America earns $66,000 a year. That's between 2 people in the house. Average black man earns about $45,000 to $47,000. That's 70%. A black man earns 70% of what it takes white folks together to earn. So for our women to understand to try to understand that your brother out there, your black brother, your average everyday run-of-the-mill black man out there makes enough money almost to sustain a house by himself. So that means if he's earning 45 and the average, the average income in the country for two people in the house is $66,000. Hey, black woman, all you got to do is bring $20. That's $10 an hour. Or if you bring in $15 an hour, you bring in more money in than the average two-family white home. Look at how much more we can do when you start looking at how dynamic the black man is. But we don't. But Angela, you've been on our show. We talk about image, and image is about perception. The perception of black men is that we're not there. Oh no, we're there. It's just our image, or the perception of us. What the world thinks of us, how they view us. It's messed up. But when you start looking at what we are, it's ridiculous. The average black woman makes about $36,000 a year. So you put that 36 and that 45 together. How much money is that, Angela? That's like $70,000.
Yeah,
that's $70,000. You put 10% of our black men and our black women together, our average income will be $70,000 a year. That's more than white America. Think of 10%. Of course, when I say average, yes, there's some people who make more, there's some people who make less. But when they just talking about if you just pick out any random average middle class white family, they earn about $66,000 a year. But here's the kick in the pants: we might earn more than them, but they got more than us. That's because they're together in their culture. They're together at a 62% rate. We're together only at about a 27% rate. So they're able to pool their resources, and their house and their resources are not split. Our resources are split because, Angela, you got a house, I got a house. We paying two different mortgages. We paying the light and gas company two different bills. We're paying insurances, two different insurances. Buying two sets of everything. And they getting rich off of us. 10%. 10%. If you don't think 10%, and talking about, you talking about motivation. If we don't believe that we can get 10% of us together, we can do that. I think we can do that without even trying. I don't think we understand. Don't want to cover
themselves. It's just a lot of people they stuck in their ways and they don't want to change, and they hear us talking, but they don't hear us talking. They think we just making noise. And a lot of people it's just about this pride and this they see a lot of stuff going on, and I don't know. Yeah. I want people to be able to follow your platform and be able to come over there and check you out and be able to support the things that you're doing over there. So please tell them how they can follow your show and how they can support the things that you're doing.
All they got to do is come on YouTube, search Real Bravado Network. That's all they got to do, and everything we do over there comes up. And we're doing a lot. We got and it'll show you all the past videos, all the live streams that we do. We do, it's a lot. We're streaming live tomorrow, and tomorrow, I think tomorrow's a real interesting topic. It might not be the most sexiest topic we're doing, but we're talking to the men about the perception of black men that we can't keep our word, and where that came from. And I'm going to talk to the guys about. I don't want to hear the fact that that black men can keep their word. I went to an all-black comedy show last night, and it was and just getting into the arena, into the event, was so disorganized. And every black person there understood, like, well, yeah, this is what happens when you do. But there's a reason why we might not like it sometimes, but there's a reason why our perceptions are what they are. It might not be fair, but we run into things that affect that we do things or we produce things, whether we realize it or not, it affects how people view us. It affects how other black folk view us. Because that was the first thing that popped into my mind. I've been to arena shows before. I've been to arena concerts before, and there ain't nowhere in the world I'm standing outside. The concert starts at 7:30, and it's 9 o'clock, and I'm still outside in the cold, waiting to get into the arena.
Wow.
Because they're disorganized about how they're doing their stuff. And these are black men running this. And these are multi-millionaires who have the infrastructure to be professional, to make things go smooth. Let that have been George Carlin or Jeff Foxworthy, these famous white comedians. Those white folks would not have been sitting outside and 2 hours. And the show didn't start at 7:30. The show didn't start at 9:30. Come on, Angela. You know how we do.
And that's that perception. That perception.
Yeah.
You tell people. I hear people all the time say, "Well, I'm gonna tell them to show up at 12 because I know they're not gonna be there until 2. So if I tell them to come at 12, everybody will be there at 2." And that's something that we got to get away from. That's one of those unlearned things that I say we need to unlearn. And in this season, I keep telling people, we got to reset some things, we got to renew some things, and we just got to release some things and let some things go in order for us to be reinvented. We keep saying we want this, we want that, but we got to let some things go, we got to reset some things, and we got to renew some things. But I want to thank you for stopping by, TJ, and sharing with us on today. I tell you, I've been motivated on today, just knowing that I could be part of the 10% that can make 10%. A change in this world. I keep telling people to be the change that you desire to see. So if you want to be the change that you desire to see, you can be that 10%. So before we leave, TJ, we got 3 minutes. Tell them something that can encourage them to be that 10% so that we can be that change that we desire.
Okay. I'm going to just talk to the ladies. Every woman's dream as a little girl is to be a wife. Pick the best of us. Show some grace and mercy. Pick the best of us. I know there are certain types of guys that are exciting, but what are they doing with it? What are they doing for your overall outcome? What do you want for your children? There are good, solid, rooted men out here who will value you and value what you bring. And here's a little secret, ladies. You're always supposed to pick the guy that likes you a little bit more. That's how you keep the guy. That's how you understand what guy's faithful and all this stuff. Pick the guy who likes you a little bit more, because that's going to be the guy that when you sneeze, he already got the tissue right there waiting on you. All you got to do is mention something in passing, and he's already on it because he likes you a little bit more. If you are having to chase down the guy, that's a problem. Remember, as much as I like a woman to be accountable, remember, a productive man's reward is a high-quality woman. That's his reward. Wow. So if you are rewarding a man that's not highly productive, why are you giving away reward? You are rewarding bad behavior.
All right. Well, y'all have heard it today from Mr. TJ Moore. I want to thank you guys for stopping by and sharing with us on today. I hope that there's something that will encourage you on today. I want you to be blessed, and I will see you back here next Monday, same time, same place.